Hey, hello there, and a very, very good evening. Yes, it's Tuesday, 8 o'clock, which means, of course, the Planet Cruise TV show. My name's Sean Ryan, by the way, and yeah, I love this show. I've been presenting it now just over 10 years. And I have got a guy that I'm so pleased is here tonight. The one and only Justin Hazel. Nice to see you, matey.
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
You had a bit of, you did have a bit of a stressful journey, but you got here, didn't you?
Exactly. Look, put it this way, somebody else having a far worse day than I am.
Well, listen, it's great. It's great to have you on the stuff, because I'll be honest, I've done a lot of cruises. I've been on 25 cruises, but quite a few of the places we visited tonight I've not been to.
Well, there's a few that I'm actually looking forward to, apart from the one that we previewed last week about Jane McDonald. So it's exactly the same ship.
Yes.
You go into San Francisco, which is one of the places I never managed to get to in my 6 years of cruising. But we've also got a fantastic cruise, which includes the Rocky Mountaineer going over to Alaska, which is always popular. And there's the option to upgrade from Silverleaf to Goldleaf, which I'll explain a little bit later on. And there is also a quite special river cruise as well. So if anybody's thinking about a river cruise, then we've got one from Viking.
And actually, if you're able to a last-minute cruise, we've got an amazing cruise around the Canaries that most unbelievable prices and a really great single price on that as well. So that's a little taste of what's coming up. But we're going to show you some exclusive pictures now, because yeah, this is Simone, the Senior VP of Global Supply, and she's actually in France today, and she's taken some pictures of Royal Caribbean's brand new ship, the Symphony of the Seas. Yeah. And this is their new restaurant called Hooked, which is their New England seafood restaurant, apparently. There you go.
I mean, straight away, for anybody that's looking for a maiden season voyage, then this would just be awesome, because, you know, excuse the pun, but they always push the boat out on a maiden season or a maiden voyage surface. You know, having a new ship, it's just fantastic.
Well, she's going to be launching in March 2018 out of Barcelona. But yes, there's a few sneaky pictures
as well to go out of. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Port. One of my favourite actual destinations outside of cruising.
So anyway, I'm really hungry now. But she is going to be amazing, isn't she?
I mean, you know, you just don't see this sort of scale on some of the ships now, and you can see that it is just superb that you've got a resort. I mean, look how wide she is. It's quite literally, it's almost like the old school ships put together with that central promenade down the centre. It really is an engineering feat.
Simone says, yeah, she's going to be absolutely amazing. But we're going to start off with our very first cruise with MSC tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, one of my favourites.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
I love MSC.
You really do need a cruise, you know. Yeah,
I do. It should be cruise with Justin on MSC. We'll see whether we can get that done.
Well, we've got a great price on this, starting at just $749 as it happens. Do you know, everyone that I've been speaking to recently, everyone just has been saying just how absolutely spectacular MSC ships are. Yeah. They are stunning, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know we're talking about Fantasia, but the rest of the fleet, you know, they're really pushing the boundaries of new technologies. So wireless technologies that you can wear wristbands and pay for things and book things on your iPad and on your smart devices. One of the things I love about MSC as well is the Yacht Club. I think anywhere where you have exclusive access, where, you know, you have a key card that gives you access to an area that not everybody has. You know, when you go to an airport and you go, you know, is it really worth going into their lounge? It's nice to have the option to. And that's what MSC offer you with Yacht Club. And, yeah, it'd definitely be on my list if I was going on MSC.
Well, it's a 7-night Italy, France and Spain cruise. A really nice one, actually.
Great itinerary.
We're going to take on board right now with our lovely Keith to show you more.
MSC Cruises' Fantasia-class ships revolutionised the cruise line's fleet. Cutting-edge design was blended with ecologically evolved marine technology, and the result is a series of big, stylish, well-designed ships that offer multiple dining and entertainment options, along with opportunities to escape to your own private oasis. With big design names such as Gucci, Armani and Versace at tax and duty-free prices, a voyage with MSC is a chance for you to indulge in some serious retail therapy. With everything from premium watches to jewellery and classic duty-free to swimwear, sunglasses or designer clothing, you'll find just what you're after. My advice? Don't join the ship with a full case. Each of the Fantasia-class ships features some unique dining options, and the choice on board is truly astounding. From the smoky spices of Mexico to the detailed precision of a Japanese sushi experience, you can try something different every night. You can enjoy the formality of an a la carte 7-course meal, or help yourself at a 20-hour buffet. though the real jewel in the crown are here at the Italy venues, where the authentic slow-cooked food of Italy's best-loved brand is served up day after day. The size of the Fantasia class offers a great choice of entertainment options, including unique additions like the 4D cinema and the F1 racing car simulator. Now, daytime is full of sports events, wine tastings, cookery competitions and arts and craft classes. Nighttime, though, is awash with live music, visually stunning stage shows, a lively late-night disco and this huge casino which wouldn't look out of place in Las Vegas. From luxurious and spacious suites with memory foam mattresses to cleverly designed super family cabins that sleep up to 6 people, MSC Cruises offer plenty of choice. And whatever you choose, you're guaranteed stylish designer decor, flat screen TVs, super powerful showers and enough space to stretch out and relax.
Oh, I'd like to be on that ship.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be in Barcelona right now.
Hey, talking of which, by the way, if you want to spend a few extra nights in Barcelona, either before you cruise or after you cruise, we can do that. We can add a 2-night stay starting at just £150 per person. Really
good value,
city, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, just some of the greatest places. I mean, there's you know, some of the tapas bars in there, but Boca Chica, Boca Grande, Cerveceria, Catalunya, just some of the places, the marina. There's so much to see and do. It really is. It is one of those destinations.
Yeah, do ask about it if you'd like to say spend a few extra days there. But we're yes, we've flown from London to Barcelona. You're on board this stunning ship, and we're making our way over to Corsica.
Yeah, first port of call is the northern port of Corsica, on the west coast there. Ajaccio, home of Napoleon Bonaparte. So there's a lot of history here, and certainly if you want to head inland, there's some beautiful walking tours that you can do on this one. So some great forest, but I mean some of the bluest oceans that I've ever seen on the coast of Corsica. Absolutely stunning. Then you've got a really big port there, and this is where I recommend that when you book your cruise with our cruise specialists, you know, do ask about the tours, because Rome, you want to plan ahead. You're actually docking at a place called Civitavecchia, and then you can transfer into Rome either via rail or by coach. You can go and see the Colosseum. You can go and see the Vatican City. You can go and see Spanish Steps. You can go and see the Trevi Fountain as well. Do you know, it's something like €3,500 that's actually deposited into the Trevi Fountain every day, and what they do is they collect it for charity. So,
as much as that,
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, it's such a wonderful city that if you haven't gone before, it's a great way to taste it and then perhaps go back. From Rome, we're going to stay with Italy, but we're going to go to La Spezia. Now, this is an absolute quaint, beautiful little port. And one of the things here is just, I'd recommend just having a wander. You can, if you do want to do sort of excursions, you go a little bit further afield, you can go to Florence, you can go to Pisa, so you can go and see the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, you can go and see David. I'd stay in this little port. You've had a big port day with Rome, just have a wander, go to a little cafe, people watch, great way to pass the time. Then we're into Genoa. Now, there's lots to see and do here. I mean, there's the San Lorenzo Cathedral. You can go a bit further afield to Milan or Portofino, or even Santa Margherita as well. But again, absolutely stunning little Italian village. See just along the coastline, really there's some lovely little restaurants and bars now. I know I keep on mentioning restaurants and bars, but you know, when you're in the Mediterranean, to have a caprese salad with mozzarella, tomato and basil, some fresh olive oil, balsamic vinegar, just and obviously a crisp glass of rosé or white wine. Got to be done.
I just love downing al fresco. They're just sitting there.
Downing?
No, dining. No.
I love downing. No, dining al fresco.
No, dining.
Well, I tell you what. If you love dining al fresco,
yes,
you'll love the next port of call. We're off to Cannes.
Oh yes.
Now, of course, the actual film festival is in May, but you still have that wonderful glamour that surrounds the south of France. You know, when you look at Cannes, you look at Nice, you look at Monaco, it's just that same. Now, you know, be prepared that Cannes is a little bit more expensive than some of the other ports, but you do get what you pay for. And just imagine sitting there with your big oversized sunglasses, your big floppy hat on, girls. You know, you will feel like a film star. Yeah. So just enjoy it. Then, to finish off, a lovely way to finish a cruise, an overnight on board. And I know it sounds pretty self-explanatory, you know, it's night and day when you have an overnight in port, but the feel of it completely changes, and Parma is one of those stunning cities. I mean, first of all, you've got the Belver Castle, and you've got that wonderful cathedral that dominates the actual port itself. There's some great marinas that if you want to head a little bit further afield, you can people watch. There's some great, you just see all the sports cars, and or you just think, oh, would it be nice to just go on that yacht, you know, and then just get off and have a ride in that Ferrari. You know, absolutely fantastic place to see and do. And then you're heading back to Barcelona, and that wraps up your 7 nights. But as you mentioned earlier on, don't forget you can either add 2 nights before or 2 nights after and stay in Barcelona.
Well, let's just show you what's included in this one. So, as just mentioned, you've got that lovely overnight on board in Palma de Mallorca there. Yeah, really worth thinking about having an extra 2 nights in Barcelona from just £150 per person. And we have got, by the way, those the flights are based on London flights. We have got regional flights available from Liverpool from just £150 per person. Again, just call for details. And don't forget, it's our usual phone number there, 0808 250 2662, and you can check out everything on our website. We have had a few sellouts on the outside already, and you've got to bear in mind, just looking at the prices there. This is peak season, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know, I mean,
think,
really
you know,
good prices.
Your balconies are fantastic value there, and even the 1st of August for your suite is you know, pretty good value.
Yeah, excellent actually, isn't it? For say July and August there, so if you'd like to book, then do give us a call. I think that's going to be really popular, that one, don't you?
Definitely.
And don't forget, I'll be honest, I can never see these. But anyway, every cruise has an ID number. 137239. Don't you laugh. I'm 50 this year, remember? What? It's true, I've just been honest.
I'm not saying anything. It's the producer just having to read the number to you, basically.
All right.
Anyway.
Don't tell me secrets. Now, we've got loads of special deals as well. Some kind of like, just some quick mentions. Now, this one... Kat, who's our senior producer of the show, she's just saying how amazing the price currently is on this one. It's now just $799 for 50 nights, and that's visiting the Canary Islands and Madeira from Tilbury with Cruise of Mountaineer. That's less than £400 a week, isn't it?
That is superb. But for me, it's the second special deal. A brand new ship. This is the MSC Seasign. I've been raving about it for the last 6 months. Great destinations, and you know, this is going to be an inaugural season, and at that price, £1,699 for Ochos Rios. So you're going to Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, Mexico, St Thomas. That is absolutely superb for a brand new ship. And you know, if you like the idea of that, go onto MSC's website and take a look at the actual ship itself.
So she is just well, she's off the scale, and I love. Can I also say, cruising out Miami is my favourite port to cruise out of. That's for an outside room as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Free upgrade.
Yeah, really good. And you can do the all-inclusive for just £9 per person per night.
9? Are you serious? It just...
So it says upgrade to all-inclusive.
Yeah, but I told you, my eyes have gone.
Per person per night.
I thought it said 90, but it's 9. There you go. That's really good.
You think what's a pint these days in a major built-up city?
Yeah, right,
what, £5?
Yeah, at
6?
least.
Yeah. So you know, that's really good value.
Yeah,
anyway,
I'd definitely do that. Now, I'm sure a lot of you saw the Jane McDonald series on Friday, Cruising with Jane McDonald on Channel 5.
The second most popular presenter. Cruise presenter, after me.
Hang on, where am I then? Am I third?
All right, okay. No, we're joking, we're joking.
But it's a great series, isn't it?
It's fantastic. And what I love is, you know, bear in mind, Jane McDonald spent a long time at sea. I love that she's really unleashing that enthusiasm, because that's why I love coming up and do these shows, because it was a great 6 years that I spent. I met some great people, saw some great places, and yeah, I know you might say, well, yeah, it's fair enough for Jane, fair enough for me. We worked at sea, but it's exactly the same when you go on holiday. It's better because you can relax, you can have all the amenities on board the ship, and the actual ship itself, you know, fantastic princess ship. She's Grand Class ship. She's the 4th of her kind, and where you're going, this is a really rare itinerary. You don't usually feature this part of America on the show on a Tuesday.
I'd actually really like to do this one, actually, because lots of places I've not seen or visited. But yes, it's the exact ship that Jane was on Friday. And yeah, we're going to be, well, taking you from London to LA to start with, aren't we?
LA.
I know,
it just sounds glamorous
good,
straight away. And this is where you have one night as an overnight stay. It's a great way to acclimatise. And all I'd say is, please don't go to bed early. Just dump the bags in the room, get out and see this great place. You know, if you've never been to Hollywood or been to LA, then it's certainly worth doing that. You know, go and see the fantastic Hollywood boulevards, and all of the stars. You can just imagine the footsteps that you're following in. And, you know, for me, I love films. And I think, you know, when you walk around a place like LA, you know, you spot those places, you go, is that the place that... Well, I know Ghostbusters was filmed in New York, but, you know, it's the type of thing you go, is that in that film? So...
yeah, and I would love to go. I really would.
And look, you know, to be fair, the actual coastline that you're going to be travelling down, it is a very, very relaxed part of the United States. Now, when you're actually getting on board the ship, you've got a fantastic ship itself. It really is.
Well, as I'm a big fan of Princess Cruises myself, and you're going to be aboard the stunning Ruby Princess. And here's our Jade. Actually, that works well, doesn't it? Ruby Princess, Jade?
Jade.
Yeah, to tell you
Two
more.
jewels.
Regardless of which Princess Cruises ship you get on, you'll find yourself with a host of dining, entertainment and relaxation options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the traditions of set-time dining or you prefer to pick when, where and who you eat with, the option is yours on board a Princess ship. Princess Cruises have always taken speciality dining to the next level, from the sumptuous steaks in the Crown Grill through to the incredible Italian flavours of Sabatinis. The first of two new offerings is Steamer's Seafood, where you can feast on amazing shellfish, all accompanied by generous sides and dipping sauces. The second new taste sensation is Planks, serving up American-style barbecue options on planks, loaded with 4 meats, chilli, coleslaw and fries, and some really incredible looking desserts. Princess Cruises love looking after the whole family during your cruise. Camp Discovery offers 3 different age categories and areas, all themed in collaboration with the Discovery Channel. Children aged 3 to 17 will have everything they need to keep them amused for hours at a time. Whichever Princess Cruises ship you go on, you are sure to find something entertaining happening. From the street performers in the Piazza through to the full Broadway-style productions in the Princess Theatre. But this is Princess, so we can't talk about entertainment without mentioning the movies under the stars up here on deck. Whichever stateroom you pick, you'll get comfortable beds, a flat-screen TV, mini bar and bathroom with shower. If you're looking for a bit of extra outside space, then an upgrade to a balcony is a must. For that touch of luxury though, suites are the perfect option, offering you extra space and amenities in your room and complimentary access to the Lotus Spa thermal suite, amongst other exclusive benefits.
But so there you go. That's what it's like on board the ship. But I've got a confession that when we actually started this cruise and I was looking at the ports of call, I had a piece of music playing in the background because the first port of call, San Francisco. You know, just straight away, the loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome, I was out another day. It just, Tony Bennett was just washing through. And, you know, that's the thing. You go, I'm going to San Francisco. You know, the Golden Gate Bridge, you know, to see Alcatraz, to see Pier 39. You know, and you just think of the films that have been set here. You know, View to a Kill, The Rock, not forgetting The Love Bug. Everybody has to remember that. And you know that road that zigzags? You can go there. You know, the Volkswagen Beetle that goes there. Herbie.
Yeah. Let's get back a bit, innit?
Yeah, well, that was the good old days of Walt Disney. Even Bullet as well. So, you know, it really is one of those great places. Then we're off to Monterey. Now, again, carrying on with this fantastic coastline, I'd actually recommend heading a little bit further infield because this is where you can go to fly for Big Sur, which is one of the great California coastal redwood parks. And these redwoods, they're insane. When you see the size of these trees, you know, you think when you go to Savernake Forest here in the UK and Wiltshire, or, you know, go to some of the different places, you think, wow, that's a big tree. No, this is on another scale. It's like Endor out of Star Wars. Also, don't forget there's some great golf courses here. There's the PGA at Pebble Beach, and of course, well, they have the PGA Golf Tour there, and of course they have all the car shows on Pebble Beach. So you know when you see those beautiful old 1930s cars, which are all, you know, elegant Stella Corps, all of them are just set there perfectly. Nice relaxing day at sea after Monterey, and then you're into San Diego. Now, there's plenty to see and do here. One of the things that I spotted is they've got one of their naval ships here, the USS Midway, which I'd love to go and see. Beaches, you've got Mission Beach, Balboa Park as well. But I said about film locations, and this is one of the greatest. I'm talking Maverick, I'm talking Goose, I'm talking Great Balls of Fire, I'm talking Top Gun. The actual, can you remember the scene where she drives the Porsche up and he's on his bike? And then there's Take My Breath Away.
Yeah,
he remembers that scene.
Oh, yeah.
The house is still there, so you can go and see and do that. And there's even the bar that they play the piano and they do the Great Balls of Fire routine. So, yeah, definitely go and see that. How about, though, we go from the USA, we're going to go across the border. We're going to go to Mexico. And this is Ensenada. Now, there's plenty to see and do here. I mean, great maritime and sort of marine life as well. There's actually the largest marine geyser here in the world. There's like 100 feet in the air that the actual water will shoot out of this actual geyser. And Guadalupe Valley, which is great, is a winery. So it's sort of up and coming at the moment. So you've got California's Napa Valley, but the Guadalupe Valley, definitely want to go and see. Then you're heading back to Los Angeles and flying back, and just, I mean, what an itinerary. Great ports.
Yeah, and very, very rare to have this on the show. Really rare.
Hence why I'm slightly excited.
So, yes, if you were watching the show last week, you've seen the ship on cruising with a fabulous Jane McDonald. We've got that one-night stay in the 4-star hotel in Los Angeles included, but, do you know, if I was you, think about staying a few extra nights there. We can certainly sort out for you. And return flights there based on London. Price-wise, I would love to do this one, actually. We have got some great prices across all the different dates there. We have sold out some. The mini suites are really nice with Princess. I've been in one of those before, and they are really, really nice. Loads of extra space. But yes, we have got prices starting there at just $1,279 for the inside.
Where do you go on from that?
Well, I tell you what we do. We give you a late deal.
Oh.
Yes. Because coming up in a few moments' time, we have got a fantastic, I'm looking here, cruise around the Canaries. That's coming up in a couple of minutes' time. Price is starting at $749. In fact, should we give you the details of this one? This is really, I mean, this is $749. And it's all inclusive.
And I'm right in saying that there's a single supplement available as well. When I say single, special, $769.
Yeah.
Which, for those of you that are solo travellers, that is superb value. I mean, let's sum this up.
That is really good.
It's a cruise around the Canaries, which is, when I say guaranteed sunshine, you know, you're pretty near enough guaranteed good weather. It's all inclusive. If you're travelling as a solo traveller, this is the perfect one.
But it will go really quickly. And look at the date here. We've actually got, in fact, if you could do it, we've actually got dates starting on the 18th of February, but the lead date is the 25th. So, I know.
5 days?
5 days, yeah.
I could pack.
Yeah.
No problem.
I know. But it is, honestly, the price is amazing. But let's give you a little taster of life on board. Because this is all about having some great winter sun, isn't it, really?
Yeah. And when the actual ship itself and the cruise line, it's very much Spanish orientated. So for those of you that like to practice your Spanish skills, then you'll love it on board. But of course, they do converse in English as well. With the actual size of the ship, we're only talking 46,000 tons. So a lot smaller and a lot more intimate. You've got a maximum capacity of around 1,800 passengers and 620
Yeah, I was
crew.
looking at some pictures of the ship online earlier, and really nice facilities. Really nice.
If I give you some sort of an idea, the actual cruise line itself, some of their earlier ships are now actually on permanent lease to brands like Oceana and Azamara. So that gives you some sort of an idea of the quality of the ships. But for me, it's the Canaries. You've seen some of the sites there. Let me take you through where you're going to be going and what you're going to experience.
I do remember it is all inclusive. So that's all your drinks, all of your tips as well. And so starting at just $749 on that lead date. Let's show you a few more images.
Let's take a look at the ship. And well, you might actually recognise the outline of the ship, which is actually a former celebrity ship. So
I thought that.
Yeah, if you look at the funnel.
Yeah, I did think that.
You know, they're really good quality and well-built ships. The Horizon, the actual ship itself, has got one main restaurant, which offers a large array of different a la carte options as well. A real French flavour to it. There's a renowned French chef who's actually put the menu together for them. There is also a casual dining option as well, which is Le Marche Gourmand Buffet. So you can just go up to the buffet and fill your plate, fill your boots, enjoy. And then you've got the Rendezvous Lounge, you've got Pacific Dream as well. So, more of what I call a classic
ship.
Yeah. And if a lot of people say, oh, it's an older ship. there's a lot to be said. You know, you wouldn't say, you know, oh, let's hire a classic car for the weekend and then complain that it doesn't have power steering or air conditioning. That's the experience you go. I mean, this has got all the mod cons. You've got the luxury, but it's the classic style of cruising that a lot of you will remember.
I love brand new ships, but I do love the classics as well. I think it's beautiful.
It must be our age.
Anyway, let's show you where we're going to be cruising to. So, yeah, flying from London to Santa Cruz, Tenerife.
Yeah, and you know, the actual first port of call is La Palma, Santa Cruz de La Palma, and this is actually otherwise known as La Isla Bonita Verde, which means the beautiful green island. Easy when you've got your teeth in.
And she's a very green island. I've been there myself. But yeah,
it's fantastic. Really, I mean, you've got the old volcanic craters there. You've got the black beaches. Trinket-wise, I don't know. Did you pick up any of the glassware?
No.
I really weren't sort of a lot of glass blowing shops.
I
and
remember
trinkets.
seeing it. Yeah.
So if you love that, then you've got a relaxing day at sea to enjoy the facilities and just chill out. And then you've got Agadir. Now this is primarily it was a very small fishing port that sort of really sort of bustled and grew. And again, this is where you want to go to have a little bit of barter at the souk, because we're talking, you know, that whole Moroccan feel. So, you know, great food. It was just over the weekend. Instead of having a Sunday roast, we actually had a lamb tagine.
Really?
Of all things. You know,
I love it.
but you just want to spice it up. A little bit of couscous, a little bit of pomegranate seeds and mint, some fresh lime and fresh lemon. You know, if you want to try that, then this is the perfect place to do it. Just imagine that. Then we're off to Lanzarote. You'll remember this from your family holidays, and there's plenty to see and do. My personal favourite, you've got the Montañas del Fuego, the Mountains of Fire, and the Timofea National Park. But you've got to go and see the Cesar Manrique Underground Lagoon. Best friend of mine, he went there, he absolutely loved it, and for him to be impressed, he's not one of these people that goes, oh, isn't it a beautiful sunset? He went in this place and he said he was absolutely blown away. Then we're heading off to Fuerteventura, again, another popular destination, and with this, we actually jump off the ship. You can see that you've got these beautiful cliffs and the buildings there. You can have a wander up into the town, of course you've got the beach, and I'd say it's one of those days I'd just pull back and relax a little bit, you know, because a lot of the other ports, there's a lot to see and do. Then we're off to Gran Canaria, just to round it up, classic Canarian port. And with this, you've got the golden dunes, which are just drenched all year round in wonderful sunshine. The Bandama Crater is definitely one to go and see and do. In fact, when you jump off the ship there, that's the actual terminal. There's some lovely little restaurants just in there, and the town is walking distance, so you can literally stroll down the pier and into town.
And then back to Santa Cruz, Tenerife, where you disembark, and of course you fly back to London in the UK. What I love about this, I'll be honest, great price, and it is all inclusive, so you don't have to worry about any of your drinks, tips. Return flights based on London Gatwick. Transfers are not included, but we can easily add those for you, so just ask about those. And we also do have some regional flights as well, so if you would prefer an airport nearer to your hometown, we can look into that for you as well. And because we have got, you know, brilliant prices, do book tonight if you can. It is a last-minute deal. The single prices, I mean, they're some of the best with
£769 for a single price. That is absolutely superb. So for those of you that are solo travellers, all the single ladies, put your hands up. Let's get on that cruise. Let's go. Do you know I won't be able to come with you because unfortunately I'm going to be away and it's my birthday.
And single guys, don't feel that you can't do this cruise.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But I think the 25th of Feb, the 4th of March, I think those dates are going to fly. So if you do want to, say, go in the next few weeks, then give us a call right now. But to be fair, all of those dates are great, aren't they? Price-wise, really good. Now, we've also got, for you right now, some brand new offers from Celestial Cruises.
Yeah, and this is something that's completely different.
Yes.
I mean, we've got some great cruises, but take a look at these.
Well, this is an all-inclusive cruise and a hotel stay. We should point out the hotel part of this isn't all-inclusive, but the cruise actually is. So brand new. So this is a brand new itinerary for them beautiful ports. You've got Santorini, you've got Athens, you've got Mykonos.
Mykonos. Have you been to Mykonos?
Yeah, a few times.
What a lovely place.
I think I've got to say that that's one of my favourite itineraries there, Wheelock, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Really beautiful. I've got the inside starting at 759 and the outside from 869 as well. And that departs the 17th of April. But I think that would be wonderful. Don't forget, the cruise is all-inclusive. The hotel stay isn't. But I think you'd agree, amazing value on that one.
When you were in Mykonos, did you go down to the windmill? Did you do?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You did a Shirley Valentine?
Well, kind of, yeah.
I love the windmills. It's just one of those great places. And the sunset's great there. Anyway.
Anyway, only 3.5 weeks to my next celebrity cruise. Talking of which, you're going to miss me, aren't you?
What a lovely link. I'm not going to be here.
Are you not here either?
No.
Don't worry.
What will you do?
Don't worry. Planet Cruise will still be here. Yeah, you're wearing March.
Just not as fun.
Yeah. It will. It'll be great. But I've been very lucky. I have, as many of you regulars will know, I have cruised with Celebrity. This will be my 8th cruise with them. I think they are amazing. Multiple award-winning, 5-star modern luxury at its best. But I've never cruised around this part of the world. And this includes the iconic Mountaineer railway, doesn't it?
Rocky Mountaineer.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountaineer.
And with this, you know, a lot of people, for those of you, if you've toyed with the idea and looked into it, you can do it one of two ways. You can do Silverleaf, which we featured a couple of weeks ago, or you can upgrade to Gold Leaf. And we'll talk to that, talk you through that in a few minutes' time.
This is going to be amazing.
Yeah,
it's
it's bucket list.
Yeah.
For those of you that have always wanted to go to Alaska and Vancouver and these places.
I'm honestly thinking of doing this next year as part of my 50th birthday celebration, which I'm going to drag on all year, I've decided. But we're flying over to Vancouver, first of all, and you do get to stay there in a 5-star hotel for your first night.
Yeah, and to be fair, you know, again, one of the destinations that I never managed to actually get to, but I'd love to go and see, because from the city, you've got the skyline, which is dominated by the wonderful mountains and the forests. It's great, but it's one of those places that I think you'll probably have a night and you'll go, I wish we could come back here and spend a weekend or a little bit longer. So, you know, certainly do ask where we can personalise it and bespoke it. Then if there is an opportunity to extend it, then we will. But let's embark the actual ship itself. And again, all the Celebrity ships are superb. That modern luxury that you expect from this brand. I mean, that's probably why you've been back 8 times now.
It certainly is. And we're going to take you on board in just a few moments' time, because, well, you'll see here, the ships are absolutely beautiful. 5-star modern luxury, and I can honestly say, on all the cruises I've done with them, nothing has been less than perfect. And for me, it's every aspect. You know, I do love the spas, I do love the restaurants, but I love the design of the ships.
Would you recommend going aqua class?
On this cruise, I'd definitely have a balcony, but yeah, if you could have aqua class,
Yeah. I mean, they've got one of the finest wine collections at sea. In fact, they were actually featuring, I believe, on Friday, just gone. We mentioned it last week.
The
Channel 5 wine show was on board Celebrity, so they've got a fantastic. And you know, to pair that with award-winning cuisine like sushi, your wonderful Tuscan grill, which is the Italian food, and the shows just. All of that together.
The Celebrity have rolled out numerous brand new exciting shows over the past several months. But the reason I said I would definitely want to go for a balcony, if you can, on this one, is because of the amazing places you're going to see.
Well, I mean, you want a balcony if you're going up the inside passage. It is absolutely. It's one of those days which is at sea. You know, you are cruising, and it is absolutely stunning. There is a very, very small port there, which is home to only around 750 residents. And again, the actual cruise the way through is absolutely superb. Icy Strait Point, you've got some great outdoor activities, and I mean, when you see a landscape like that, and look, bear with me, that doesn't do it justice. Because, you know, even if you had a 70-inch TV screen on your wall, seeing those mountains in the background and those hundreds of feet high wonderful forests, you know, it is a completely different scale. Absolutely stunning. One of the things here I'd recommend is go on Zip Rider. It's one of the longest zip lines.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, definitely worth doing.
Not too scary?
No, just once you do it, that's it. You can't go back, can you? Then you're off to the Hubbard Glacier. Now, the actual Hubbard Glacier itself is actually nicknamed the Galloping Glacier, and this is an East Alaskan glacier which is rapidly advancing towards the Gulf of Alaska. So again, the scale of that, how high do you think that is? and how wide?
I've got no idea.
76 miles long, and it plunges, and you know what they say about the tip of the iceberg, you only see the little bit above it, actually goes 1,200 feet deep into the ocean. Now, I know a lot of you are going, hang on, iceberg ships, that doesn't sound like a good combination. This is one of the best ways to see glaciers like this. And if you're lucky enough to see it when a shard breaks off, it's like the most incredible thunder. And if you've ever heard thunder at sea, you know how it reverberates. It echoes. It is off the scale. So fantastic day, the glacier there. Then we're off to Juneau. Now, this is the smallest state capital of the largest state of the USA, which is Alaska. It was actually named after one of its founders. It was actually a gentleman called Richard Harris and Joe Juneau, which found gold at the mouth of Gold Creek. Kind of an original name there. Basically, they had a vote on what the dam should be named, and he basically bought everybody drinks that he wanted to vote. So it ended up being called Juneau instead of Richard Harris, which I think is probably a better name.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Anyway, Ketchikan, otherwise known as the salmon capital of the world. There's a great area as well, which used to be, it's very much the case with a lot of these ports. The dilapidated warehouse areas have now been, over hundreds of years, have been brought up to modern facilities. And this is where all the old wooden buildings, the brightly painted boutiques, and what they called, it once catered to gentlemen seeking the company of sporting women, shall we say. But there's some great activities. That's what it said. But some of the tours, you can go kayaking in the Misty Fords, you can hike up into Deer Mountain, and if you're lucky enough to get out on a tour and see some brown bears as well. Brown bears. Not polar bears, it's completely different. Just want to point that out. Then we're back to the Inside Passage, but this is where your cruise ends and your next adventure starts, because again, the Inside Passage the first day, and then you're going back up the Inside Passage on the last day. Again, that balcony, the view is just going to be stunning. But this is where you go back into Vancouver, and this is where you transfer to a hotel, and all of your nights are spent in hotels, but your daytime is spent on one of the best ways of seeing this natural habitat and the wonder of nature.
Well, I tell you what, let's show you what life's going to be like as you're on board the Rocky Mountaineer. And now we're including the Silverleaf in this, aren't we?
Yeah, this is what you get in the price that you see on the screen. But if you do want to upgrade to Gold Leaf, please do ask about the details. Now, it's just stunning. You get near enough, panoramic views with these wonderful open windows. And you see the service that you get there with food at your table. Gold Leaf, you do get a separate dining car as well. But there are guides in every single carriage. So the whole of the journey, you get an expert, very much like yourself and me when it comes to cruising, to talk you through any points of interest. So it might be a bridge, it might be a totem pole, it might be a glacier, it might be a waterfall, or it could be a wonderful part of nature like a brown bear. Or yeah. Now
and then this is a golden.
Yeah. Now you can see that
glass roof,
the glass bi-level dome. There's also some great viewing galleries, so make sure you've got your camera charged up, because you're just going to be literally taking picture after picture after picture.
And I guess, Justin, you're maybe going to only do this journey once in your life, so you really want to get the most out of it, don't you, if you can?
I can't say how to spend your money, but if you're going to go that distance and spend this sort of money, you can't just go, oh, well, no, let's just go Silverleaf. I would highly recommend going for Gold Leaf, because you do get that experience.
And I seriously want to do that. Let's just remind you of what's included. At the end, by the way, you transfer to Calgary Airport and you fly back to London, of course. But that is going to be a trip of a lifetime.
And I do need to point out that days 9, 10 and 11 are all spent on the Rocky Mountaineer. So please don't think it's just one day. You have one day, then a hotel stay, another day on the train, another hotel stay, and then another final day, the third and final day on the train.
That is going to be, I think you'd agree, just breathtaking, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely stunning. Is that moose? No, in fact, no, it must be a deer. We've got this running thing about nature, because it's not monkeys, it's Barbary apes. So please, just let us know about.
Anyway, we better just give you a final reminder. We've still got a river cruise coming up and a final cruise with, of course, P&O. But just to remind you, we've got the iconic Rocky Mountain journey there in the silver leaf, that's included. If you can afford to go gold leaf, I think it will be amazing, and that's just for another $399. You've got your hotel stays in Vancouver, Kamloops and Banff there. And if you want to extend your trip, you can upgrade to the 8-night journey through the clouds Explorer package. Just call us and we'll talk you through that.
We haven't got time.
Well.
We haven't got time.
And price-wise, we've got prices starting at $3,299 on the June dates there. We've also got some great prices in July and August. Right, river cruise time.
So, something a little bit different, and this is Viking.
And I still haven't done a river cruise, you know.
So one of the first actual experiences
that's the trouble, is it?
Do it. It's completely different. Again, sizes of the ships, they're a lot smaller. You know, we're talking only 100 to 200 passengers compared to thousands, and these ships are designed for the rivers that they sail on.
And this gives you a little taster of what the experience is going to be like.
Well, I mean, certainly, you know, Portugal, the Douro is just stunning. You've got the bellow, which we'll touch on a little bit later on, and into Porto, the home of port. So it's just a superb way of seeing. When I say the interior, you know, you can get to these ports on ocean cruises, but then to actually go down these rivers, off ashore, to have the tours included, to have your drinks, complimentary drinks included with all of your meals as well. Viking cruises, whether it's ocean or river, I don't want to go into too many details, but I know somebody who's been in the business longer than I have, who was approached by Viking when they started setting up this cruise program. They picked the best from the cruise industry to get it together. So they didn't mess about, and it's really shown in the product that they give.
The standards are going to be absolutely amazing, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
They really, really are. And you are going to see some beautiful places. And I'd say what I'd love is just that constant moving imagery and scenery.
Again, if you like railway journeys, you know, you're looking out the window, you're thinking, oh, I wish we could slow down. It's like that, you know, you're only a few metres from the shoreline.
Well, we fly, as we mentioned, from Gatwick to Lisbon, which is a fabulous place.
Yeah, fantastic.
You're going to be there for 2 nights in a hotel, aren't you?
2 nights here, and just get out and see the town. You know, we're not in San Francisco. This is the 25th of April bridge. You can actually wander down from the bridge to a lovely marina, then on to the Monument of Discoveries, where all of the explorers left from, and then down to the Belém Tower. But, you know, all of that will be touched on in some of the actual tours that you're going to be going on, because, you know, you get met at the airport and you're transferred to the hotel as well, and you get a chance to relax and unwind and explore the city on your own, really. And then the actual daytime itself, you get a half-day tour of Lisbon on the second day, which includes the Belém Tower, the monastery. You get to see some of the great UNESCO World Heritage Sites as well, and a walking tour through the narrow streets of some of the older parts, the Amalfi district, where you learn about the multicultural history. Then you're going to be transferring on board to the actual ship itself. And again, you're going to be getting your breakfast when you get on board the actual ship itself. And this is where you've transferred from Lisbon to Porto and getting on board the Viking Torgil. So, I mean, absolutely stunning.
Beautiful, isn't it?
I've got to point out, a lot of people think, oh, it's a river ship, it's going to be difficult, you're going to have to walk up and down ladders. There's an elevator on board, you know. I do need to point this out, that some of your perceptions of river cruises, as you can see, I mean, that doesn't look like a river cruise ship.
No. I think things have changed so much, haven't they?
Yeah. It's absolutely stunning.
So we're stopping at Porto, Justin, yeah?
Yeah, this is as the name suggests, it's the home of port, and this is where you get chance to stop for lunch in a beautiful little village, and you see one of Europe's oldest universities, and with that, you'll be then coming back on board, and the first evening is a welcome cocktail and dinner is served. Then we're off to Regua and Pinhão. Now, this is a great opportunity if you love one of Portugal's greatest produces, Mateus Rosé. Other rosés are available, just have to point that out. But you actually get to go to the actual estate and get to see the Vila Real, which is on the bottle, so you'll recognise that.
That famous bottle, yeah.
Yeah, and again, that's a tour that's actually included. Then we're off to Barça de Alva, and again, you've got tours included, so you get to go to Castelo Rodrigo, and it's probably one of the most historic parishes of Portugal. You also get to go to Synagogue Street, which is a remembrance of the Jewish community, which was here from the Spanish Inquisition. Don't mention the Spanish Inquisition, we are. And then you're actually going back on board the ship and again heading on down to our next Portugal. Viga de Terron and Salamanca. And this is again a full day excursion to Salamanca. And, you know, I mean, this is an ancient city, another UNESCO World Heritage Site, and you take them back to the Middle Ages. You'll get a chance to go around the shops, the cafes, the main squares, the Gothic House of Shells as well. That's definitely one to see and do that. And the university and the new cathedral. Then we're back to Pinal. The next day, the morning, you're actually sailing along the Douro and you pass some of the greatest vineyards. And this is a little bit of a taste of things to come, because after breakfast you disembark for a scenic drive up to a village where you get to see a lovely bakery. And this is where you get to see some of the traditional Portuguese bread. But don't worry, you will also stop at one of the wine district's best wineries and get a chance to taste their wares there. Then we're back into Ragu, of course, making our way back along the river now. And again, you're going to Lamego this time as a tour included in the price. All of these tours are included. I mean, this dates back to the 14th century. So
now, I will let you know, because obviously the ships are a lot smaller and there's limited availability, we're already looking at dates for 2019, and we're already getting lots of sellouts. To show this in a second. Now, we are going to give every single one of you that orders tonight up to £150 M&S vouchers. Well, that's a Planet Cruise exclusive, so up to £150 worth of vouchers. You also get the 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Lisbon, and as Justin mentioned, you get complimentary drinks with your lunch and dinner. Oh, and free Wi-Fi, of course, as well.
And you know, that works out at £150 per person per night, and with all the tours included and the complimentary drinks, that's superb.
Now, I did mention that we are already getting started. You really do need to book ahead on these. A lot of the French balconies have actually sold out. So if you would like the French balcony, we are looking at now the August dates onwards. Right. I don't know where this show's going. We've only got 10 minutes left. We've still got P&O on its way, but we also have some wonderful scenic deals for you next. And these have just been released. And these are the scenic river cruises. Now, massive savings on these, up to £1,000 per couple, and private door-to-door chauffeur transfers. You'll also get £100 M&S vouchers, complimentary drinks and tips, and some wonderful excursions at every port and overnights on board in Budapest there as well. But I'm looking at gorgeous, gorgeous places.
Well, tonight,
I've never been to Vienna.
No?
No.
Well, if you want to do a river cruise in Portugal, or if you want to do it on the Danube, there's your options.
Yeah, Danube would be great as well. But our final cruise tonight is with P&O, and
on the Oceana.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I know we always get great prices, but I'm looking 11 nights. It's under £1,000.
Yeah, but it's where you're going as well.
I know.
You know, look, we're going to the Far East here.
And again, I'm not being funny, but it's the time of year. You know how miserable it's been here. I mean, you know, January and February are just hideous, aren't they? March isn't much better. It's time to get some wonderful winter sun, but it starts off with a flight from London over to Dubai, and it's a wonderful 9-night cruise. But we're actually in Dubai overnight, aren't we? Yeah,
great chance to spend, you know, overnight. And again, it's a wonderful place. If you haven't been to the United Arab Emirates, it is a little bit of a culture shock, but it's a really interesting. I mean, the size and the scale again of their malls, and you know, like the Burj Khalifa is just incredible, absolutely incredible. And again, that first night, head down to Burj Khalifa, have dinner, have a look at the light show, see the waterfalls.
Everyone says it is like a different world.
Yeah, definitely.
I've only been to the airport, and that was amazing. It was.
Hey, but we sit. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, let's move straight on for that. So you're getting on board the actual ship itself, and this is one of my first cruise ships. So fond memories. The first port is Sabaniyas Island, and this is a great nature reserve. It showcases just some fantastic free roaming animals itself. Then we're heading into Abu Dhabi, and this is where you have your second overnight on board. And, you know, again, you've got fantastic things to see and do here. The Sheikh Zayed Mosque is definitely up there, just seeing the scale of it as well. You've got the Yas Marina circuit, so if you love your Formula One, if you're a Ferrari fan, I've never been a fan of the red, but you can always go to Ferrari World if you want, where you've got the world's fastest roller coaster. So plenty to see and do that. And the souks and the markets and the malls are just, again, massive. Then we're off to Bahrain. Now, again, you've got the Bahrain Fort, which is a short drive from the actual port of Manamah, where you're docking. You've got the Grand Mosque there, another great souk, so you can bring back some great trinkets and always have a barter. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea before Kul Al Fakan, and with this, you've got to go to, it's a smaller town based on a small fishing village. So one place here is worth going to see is called Shark Island. But it's not actually because there's sharks, it's because the Arabic name for east is shark. So it's Shark Island, which is East Island. Then we're off to Kasab, beautiful little fishing port, and again, this is one of the ones where you want to get out on a traditional boat and go out for the day. Then you're back into Dubai, another overnight on board, and well, what do you want to do? You've got so much to see and do. You can go and see the biggest aquarium in the Hall of the Emirates. You go to the Burj Al Arab. There's a lovely little fort area just underneath here as well, which is really nice, looking up at the building. Yeah, you're not getting onto that one. Or go to Palm Island as well, go to Atlantis. So plenty to see and do.
Now, the price that we've got on this one, I think is incredible. We expected this one to be, you know, maybe, I don't know, I'd expect it to maybe be £1,200–1,300. It's actually £985, and you get all of those lovely overnights in Dubai and Abu Dhabi there as well. Now, we've two flights. They are based on London, but we also have flights available from Manchester, Birmingham and Glasgow just for supplement as well. So again, they do go quickly, those say alternative flights. So do give us a call for those as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah, and that's deposit only as well. That is good for
11 nights, isn't it?
Deposit only.
Yeah.
So put the deposit down for next March.
And just to give you an idea, we've got some really nice upgrades there to the outside, the balcony, and of course the mini suites as well. But the inside's at the same price all the way down there. In fact, all the days I'm looking there, inside, outside, and balcony, the price doesn't vary there, does it?
No.
That's good, isn't it?
It's super. Yeah. It works out at £90 per person.
I just hate January and February. Don't you? Come on. It does drag a bit, doesn't it? Don't you think?
Depends on where you are and who you're with. Where should we start with tonight?
Right, OK, let's recap.
So much.
We started with MSC, of course. And this was on board the beautiful MSC Fantasia there. Italy, France, Spain, from Barcelona, 749 is that lead price. And if you do want to extend your cruise, we can add on 2 nights in Barcelona from just £150 per person there as well. Then, Jay McDonald.
Jay McDonald on Princess. Yeah, this is a fantastic itinerary if you want to do the west coast of America and go to San Diego, go to San Francisco, and you get your extra hotel night stay in LA, then call us right now, just £1,279 per person, ID number 170901.
And so that was the same ship that
Jay McDonald
was on last week. Then we moved on to, oh God, I love this one. In terms of value, 749 on board the Horizon there, and that's all of your tips, that's all of your drinks, and your flights, of course, as well, based on London Gatwick. We do have some regional flights, just call for those. And any single ladies and gents, don't
put your hands up.
We've got a single price, one of the best that we've seen, 769. Obviously, there won't be a lot of those available, so the sooner you give us a call.
What? Can I just... I've got to say this to the viewers at home. I've got to say, if you're looking out the window now and you're fed up with the weather, because it has been miserable in certain parts of the UK today, then just think in 2 weeks' time, in less than 2 weeks' time, you could be in the Canaries getting some sunshine. So
we've actually got a bit of availability on the 18th. That's 5 days' time. Yeah.
OK.
Do you know what a nice gesture would be? Book that now for Valentine's.
There you go.
Yeah, that could be Valentine's present for tomorrow.
That's just remind me, I've got to get my cards ready.
So the garage is open on the way back. You'll get one from there.
I've got both of my cards ready.
Right, anyway, Celebrity were next, weren't they?
Yes, Modern Luxury, and this is heading out to Alaska, and this is a great opportunity, once in a lifetime, to go and, well, actually travel on the iconic Rocky Mountaineer with Silverleaf service. There is an upgrade available on an 8-night land tour, which is the Journey Through the Clouds package as well. If you're going to go that distance and you're going to go celebrity, you've got to go for it.
It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, that one. It's gonna be amazing. I'm seriously looking at that myself. I really am, because it's a part of the world I would love to discover.
Good time of the year as well, August.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably the best time, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Then we took you on board Viking Cruises next. It's a 9-night Portugal River of Gold here.
But yeah, this is a Planet Cruise exclusive. You have to book it tonight to get those £150 worth of M&S vouchers that we are exclusively including in this deal.
And all of your complimentary drinks with lunch and dinner, and free Wi-Fi there, of course, as well, and the 2-night stay in Lisbon. Then P&O, wasn't it? Yeah.
P&O on an absolutely great ship. For those, you know, if you're watching tonight and thinking, you know, I've always fancied a cruise, great first-time cruisers cruise. This is going out to Dubai, Abu Dhabi. You've got overnights there as well. You've also got the ability to be able to fly from Manchester, Birmingham, and Glasgow, but supplements will apply.
And again, if this is a part of the world you've never experienced, I think to do it on a cruise is going to be phenomenal. You're going to see all these wonderful places. 985. I'm just thinking, what would the flights be alone? I mean, return flights to Dubai.
Put it this way: how much would a hotel be in Dubai?
Yeah.
And again, this works out in £90 per person per night. You've got the ship, you've got the entertainment, you use it as your base. Opportunity is there for you.
And I think the great thing is, many of you will know, if you do cruise with P&O, there's a very British feel on board, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm slightly biased because I spent 6 years with them, and I got a good friend of mine out in South America. Actually, he's coming off 21st of March, I think. So he's on shore leave. So I'll get to catch up with him.
Now, we're going to be back with you next week. Just a few final reminders. If you've never booked through Planet Cruise before, our call centre open until 10:30 tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. Yeah. And you know, this is a company that not only are multi-award winning, but great customer service, of course, as well. And if you didn't see anything you liked tonight, don't worry, we can find you any cruise with any company on any ship. We can also change deals, so we can add, you know, maybe hotel stays. We can look at regional flights. So, you know, we'd love you just to give us a call for the first time, maybe tonight. 0808 2502 662. And I tell you, if you've never been on a cruise, I mean, I can honestly say I had never been on a cruise until 10 years ago, but I'm absolutely hooked. I don't think you're going to get better service, better food, better entertainment, and you get to see so many places all in one holiday, you know? And it's easy, isn't it? Let's put it, it is easy, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, go on our website, you know, there's plenty of things to sign up to, and I still haven't had my invite for the 8th of March. I'm hoping to go down to the cruise show, the luxury cruise show, take a look online for that.
I can't, I'm on a cruise.
You're on a cruise? No. Well, I might just pop in.
Can we say massive thank you to all our regulars, you know you are, and all of our new viewers as well. So you're back with me next week, Justin?
No, a few weeks off now.
No!
I shall see you soon.
Right, we'll see you soon, mate.
Take care. Happy cruising.
I will be with you next week with Planet Cruise, so yes, we'll see you next Tuesday.